Hokkien. Hokkien is a Chinese language often called a dialect that originated from the Minnan region in the southern part of Fujian province, China. It is one of the most significant languages of the Chinese diaspora, especially in Southeast Asia and Taiwan, where it is spoken. Hokkien is not just spoken in China. It has several major regional variations. Taiwan, often called Taiwanese, Tâi-gí. It is spoken by about 70% of the population, Singapore and Malaysia. It was historically the lingua franca common language for the Chinese community. In Malaysia, it is particularly dominant in places like Penang and Klang. Philippines, known locally as Lan-nang-ue, it is the primary language of the Chinese-Filipino community. Is it a dialect or a language? While often labeled a dialect for political or cultural reasons, linguistically, Hokkien is a separate language from Mandarin. Mutual intelligibility. A speaker who only knows Mandarin cannot understand Hokkien. It is often compared to the difference between Spanish and Italian, or even English and German. Tones. Mandarin has 4 tones, whereas Hokkien is much more complex, usually having 7 to 8 tones, depending on the region. Ancient roots. Hokkien is considered one of the oldest living Sinitic languages. It preserves many sounds and grammatical structures from Middle Chinese and Old Chinese that have been lost in modern Mandarin. Connection to Keishao. As we discussed with Keishao, Hokkien is famous for its ability to absorb words from other languages. In Singapore and Malaysia, Southern Hokkien is unique because it is a mixed language. It borrows heavily from Malay e.g., suka for like, pasar for market, and English. Key characteristics: tone santai. This is a complex rule where the tone of a word changes depending on the word that follows it. Nasal sounds. It features many nasalized vowel sounds made through the nose, which gives the language its distinct twang. Literary vs. colloquial. Hokkien has 2 readings for many characters, one used for formal reading or poetry literary, and one used for everyday speech colloquial. Hokkien and Buddhism are deeply intertwined, especially in southern China, Taiwan, and Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand. The relationship is linguistic, cultural, ritual, and philosophical, rather than doctrinal. Hokkien as a vehicle for Buddhism, not a Buddhist language. Hokkien is not a canonical Buddhist language, but it became one of the main spoken languages through which Buddhism was taught to lay people. Monks often chanted in classical Chinese, then explained in Hokkien, so Hokkien functioned as a bridge language between Buddhist doctrine and everyday life. Transmission of Buddhism through Hokkien communities. Historically, Fujian Hokkien homeland was a major maritime Buddhist hub. Hokkien merchants, migrants, and monks carried Buddhism to Taiwan, Southeast Asia, coastal China. As a result, many Chinese temples overseas are Hokkien founded. Ritual styles, temple governance, and chants reflect Minnan traditions, Buddhist vocabulary in Hokkien speech. Many Buddhist ideas entered daily Hokkien expressions, even among non-religious speakers. Examples conceptual, not exact translations, karma spoken as something you buet do or tio receive. Anitsha, Vinana, Anapanasati. Fate, relationship causes. Retribution, moral consequences. Purity, calm, untroubled state. Sutta, disturbed mind, everyday emotional unrest. Thus, Buddhist thinking became embedded in moral intuition, not just temple practice. Hokkien, folk religion, and Buddhism syncretism. In Hokkien culture, Buddhism often blends with Taoism, Confucian ethics, local deity worship. This creates a practical Buddhism focused on filial piety, moral behavior, merit-making, avoiding harm. From a Buddhist perspective, this is considered skillful means upaya. It meets people where they are, culturally and linguistically. Meditation and moral teaching in Hokkien contexts. Traditional teachings often emphasize, don't disturb others, don't keishao. Keep the heart calm. Do good, avoid evil. Even if not doctrinally precise, these reflect right speech, right action, mental cultivation. Meditation instructions given in Hokkien often use concrete metaphors, still water, settled mind, let thoughts pass. This makes abstract Buddhist ideas experiential and accessible. Why Hokkien matters to Buddhism today. It preserves regional Buddhist culture. It carries moral memory across generations. It shows how Buddhism adapts without losing its core aim, reducing suffering through wisdom and compassion. In essence, Buddhism shaped Hokkien moral language. Hokkien spread Buddhism across seas. Together, they formed a lived Buddhism, not just a textual one. Buddhism in Hokkien communities is less about philosophy alone and more about how to live without disturbing oneself or others. If you want, I can also explain specific Hokkien Buddhist chants and why they sound the way they do. How Hokkien pronunciation affects Buddhist terms. Differences between Hokkien, Cantonese, and Mandarin Buddhist culture.